name's Dan Shields. I'm the Chief of EMS for Lenola Fire Company Emergency Unit. And I would have to say that my most memorable experience would have to be one of a couple. The first call that I've ever ran was a fire call on Greenvale Avenue. And in that fire, there was a 16-year-old child that had, at the time, been approximately the same age as myself. And in this fire, that child had run to a closet and hid, rather than coming out through a first-floor window that was in the bedroom. And unfortunately, that person did not make it. And that was the first call that I've ever made, and that definitely sticks in my mind. And that's one of the reasons that I got into firefighting as well as EMS, to try to do community teaching to prevent this from ever happening again. Some of the other incidents that I ran, obviously the more tragic ones stick in your head, but we also had a fire. It was in Fire District Number 1 on Church Street, and in that fire they pulled a mother and 2 children from the house. Luckily to say, the one child that I transported to the hospital did make it. That child's sibling and the mother, I believe, both perished in the fire.
Saturday afternoon, Rescue 311 and Station 319 are dispatched to a motor vehicle accident. After arriving on scene and receiving an initial report from Chief Constantine, crews begin spreading oil dry to absorb any flammable or hazardous fluids that have leaked from the vehicles involved in the collision. An additional ambulance is dispatched to the scene and transport 2 patients, one to Cooper Trauma Center in Camden, about 10 miles away from the accident, and the other to Mount Holly, Burlington County Hospital, to be treated for facial lacerations and back injuries. After the scene has been determined safe, District 36 is dispatched for a possible motor vehicle fire on Moorestown Mount Laurel Road. The call is phoned in by a passing motorist who spotted smoke from the car parked on the shoulder. Crews from Rescue 3119 and Station 312 race down a major highway in order to extinguish the flaming car. Crews arrive, and the car fire turns out to be nothing more than a smoking engine block, and are recalled after arrival.
My name is Philip Stoll, and I'm the rector of Trinity Episcopal Church here in Moorestown. I've been here for 10 years. I've been a member of this fire department for the last 3 years, and I'm a interior firefighter, the unofficial chaplain. I'm also the official chaplain to the Burlington County Firefighters Association. Many years ago, I was in seminary, and I was doing a summer of chaplaincy training. And I was doing it at a state mental hospital in Connecticut. And all the other chaplains, and there were probably 12 of us, were housed in an old geriatric building that was about to be torn down. And the first week we were there, the head chaplain said, if anyone wants to have a much nicer place in which to live, you can join the fire department, which is the newest building on the hospital grounds, and you'll have your own private room and a TV lounge at the end of the hall with a color TV, warm showers. All you have to do is join the fire department, which means attending 1 drill a week on Monday night and responding to any alarms that might happen. So I said, I'm getting out of this old geriatric building and I'm joining the fire department. So I had very nice quarters for the whole summer. I lived in the fire station for 3 months, slept there, responded to 3 alarms the entire summer that I was there. But I went to drill every Monday night and learned a lot about fighting fires at that time. So that's how it all started. Yeah, one of my pastoral duties at the fire scene, I remember a number of years ago, we had a structure fire, and one of the firefighters had a panic attack, and they brought him over and sat him down under a tree and took off his gear, and they said, Padre, would you go over and sit with him and how to make sure he's doing all right. So I went over there, sat next to him, at which time he said, "Would you hold my hand?" And so I was holding this guy's hand because he was having a panic attack. And that did not go unnoticed by most of the other firefighters. And they said, "There's Padre holding some guy's hand under a tree while we're out there fighting the fire." Anyway, so I get stuck with a lot of odd jobs that no one else wants to do.
Hey, Richie? Richie, you want me to drive? The part you get on the job, I'll take 19.
Go take 19? Let's go. What did it get dispatched as?
An alarm call comes in dispatch for 27 East Main Street at Carl's Shoe Store and is enough to drive a few firefighters out of bed into the station. As engine 3112 pulls out onto Main Street, the crew is able to see a blanket of smoke covering the roadway ahead of them. The alarm call is quickly upgraded to a building and mutual aid is dispatched. 3112 is quick to pull up to a nearby fire hydrant and hook up to provide water for the hand lines. It is unclear as of now if any victims are trapped inside the building. After ruling out there are no victims trapped, Master Streams is set up to provide aerial water coverage. Bystanders and business owners gather on a nearby lawn to watch the historic landmark go up in flames.
There's actually smoke pouring down on 38. It was crazy. Awesome. Right? So that's why I know I had to speed up even more. I already heard the second alarm go out. So I knew something serious. So I go to the station, I hop out of my car, I leave it running. I run into the station and there's Pemberton. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? I come back up, try to get close to the fire scene, I see Liz and Fran blocked me off from Main Street. They wouldn't even let me in. So I was like, just let me park somewhere. So I followed Chief to the action. And I was just devoured in smoke when I came over. The cemetery was flooding. That's how much water we were pouring on it. Somebody said that a dead body was floating. I don't believe it. It had to be one of the craziest moments in my life.
Basically, the standard for career guys and volunteer guys is it's the same. The biggest difference, obviously, is there's a paycheck involved with a career staff, where there isn't for a volunteer staff. But like I said, you can't really put a dollar value on an individual that's willing to, basically set their life aside for another individual for the cost of nothing. It's in the goodness of their heart, and it's a big thing, in my opinion. The fact that this department isn't isn't career, for the fact that the money that this district saves is millions of dollars. Like I said, the biggest difference between the two is that one has a paycheck, one doesn't. The love of the job is the same, you all have a job to do, and volunteer or not, volunteers are still professional. These guys know what they're doing, and the chief of the department would not let them hit the street if they didn't. So be rest assured that when we come to your front door when you need us, we know what we're doing, and we'll take care of you.